Good morning, everybody. It's Tess here from In the Laughter Locker. Lovely to be back after a few weeks away. I hope you're well. And I think we all need another round of de-stressing today with everything that's going on in our world at the moment. So we're going to start, as we always do, with the Namaste and a little bit of laughter. We're going to do a little bit of gradient laughter, which is great for anyone that hasn't done this before. It's just a way of practicing laughing. We're going to warm ourselves up with some clapping, and we're going to do some breath work before we go into the relaxation meditation part of the session. If you haven't joined us before, if you have any health conditions that aren't controlled, or you've had an operation in the last 6 to 12 weeks, you shouldn't do the laughter element, simply because we do move muscles and it's not always evident. So, you should talk to a doctor first. Otherwise, please do watch, have a little giggle and join in with the meditation at the end. Okay, have some water handy if you can. All right, stay hydrated. Everything we do can be done either seated or standing. So you can do it either way, so anyone can join in. So we're going to start off with a Namaste, which is basically putting our hands together like this. It's acknowledging all our wonderful differences and celebrating them rather than finding fault with them. It's about celebrating those differences. So I want you to join with me to say the Namaste, and then I want you to laugh. And we're going to laugh for about a minute just to warm ourselves up. So Namaste, everybody. And relax. So when we do our main laughter, we aim to laugh from our belly. And what happens is your brain doesn't know the difference between laughing at something, a comedy or a film or a joke, or just the act of laughing. So it will release endorphins when you laugh. So my holiday, I have to say, didn't go particularly well. It was pretty much a disaster from start to finish, and quite an expensive one. And without the tools in my kit from the laughter yoga and the balance procedure, I think I may well have just sat and cried for a lot of it. But what helped was just that laughter, raising the level of my endorphins, lifting my mood a bit, making me see that in a year or two I might find it quite funny to relate the stories that are attached to that holiday, or even now really. It's fading. So what we're aiming to do is get those endorphins raised, get our serotonin up, make us feel better. It lifts us, and that actually makes us feel good. So it's an absolutely brilliant tool to use. So we're going to start with gradient laughter. Now, this laughter is basically, we're going to start silent. So literally, all right, we're going to laugh silently. And then we're going to raise it up in volume just a little bit to a little giggle, and then just a little bit more, and then an outright belly laugh. And we're just going to gradually get louder and louder. It's a way to practice your laughter. And even silent laughter works. So you don't have to be somewhere, if you're somewhere where you can't laugh out loud or you feel awkward, you can do silent laughter. All right. So let's start with the silent laughter. A little giggle. And then a little bit louder. And now go for the belly laugh. And relax. And if you hold your belly during the laughter, you will feel those muscles moving. And if you're doing it properly, you'll feel almost like your waistband moving, so that it gives that gap. And as you get better at it, you'll feel it more and more, those muscles moving. Now we're going to get not just those endorphins singing and our brain in gear, and we're going to get our bodies moving a little bit now. And we're going to warm up, and we're just going to do some simple clapping. And we do this to a chant. So it's ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. You can move in whichever direction you like. You can follow me, or you can do your own thing. There are no rules as long as you keep the rhythm. That's what you're aiming to do, is to keep that rhythm, and the speed is something you need to follow. So we'll get faster and faster and faster and faster, and then we'll come back the other way and slow down again. If you're standing, you can walk around while you're doing it. And if sitting, what I would suggest you do is lift your feet up and down so that you're pumping your calves and your thighs, and you're getting all that lovely lymph fluid going. Keep your posture good, so stay upright if you can, except for when you're bending down to clap, because we'll move in all sorts of directions. I'm sorry, I'm being distracted by a squirrel in the garden. I haven't seen one in our garden before. He's come quite away from the trees opposite. So we're going to go. So it's ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. 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 And breathe. Just give yourself a second. You should feel a little bit warmer in the face. So we've raised our heart rate a little bit. We've moved all of our muscles. We've gently moved around without forcing anything. And that rhythm helps our brain. And the ho-ho and the ha-ha remind us of that laughter. And just let your breath come back to normal. Next thing we're going to do is some yoga breathing. We're going to do a simple one. What we're going to do is we're going to breathe in through our nose for the count of 4. We're going to hold it for a count of 5 and then breathe out for a count of 6. And we're going to do this 5 times. And the first 2 times I want you to just breathe out. And the last 3 times, I want you to laugh out, and I want you to compare the two if you've not done it before, and find the best way of breathing for you. Some people find that just breathing out is difficult, but laughing it out, they can laugh out for longer, and that's great. And what we're aiming to do is get our lung capacity up, use our lungs better, get that breath into our body, get that oxygen around our organs, get ourselves thinking better and acting better and feeling better. And then we want to hold that breath and then expel as much stale air as we can, because we don't want the old stuff in there. We want that out. Okay, and sometimes it helps if you hold your diaphragm while you do it. You can feel your body moving. And we're going to breathe in, okay, for the count of 4. I'll hold my fingers up just so you've got some idea of how long we're going. Okay, so let's breathe in through the nose. Now hold it. And out. And relax. Sometimes moving forward while you breathe out helps get that breath out as well. So we're going to do one more in that style where we're just going to breathe out. So let's breathe in for 4. Hold it. And out. and relax. Now the next 3 times we're going to do the same numbers, but we're going to laugh out at the end. So that should help you get that breath out easier, and it's also releasing endorphins at the same time. Okay, so let's breathe in for 4. Hold it. And relax. And again, breathe in for 4. And hold it. And relax. And the last time on this one, breathe in for 4. Hold it. And relax. And it's a really good way to extend the use of your lungs, to get better use of your lungs. As humans, we generally only use about 1/3 of the capacity of our lungs. So the more you consciously think about your breathing, the better your health is. So if you can use those exercises even once a day, you'll see a difference. And I should say, every single exercise we do while we're doing this, however silly it is, and the next one's silly, has a health benefit. So they're not just random things that we do, they're actually well thought out and have great health benefits. So, and they're fun. So the next one's definitely fun. This is injecting a bit of playfulness and silliness into our laughter yoga, which is a fabulous thing to do. And we're going to do some lion laughter. We're going to do 3 of these. And this is all about posture. So if you're sitting, sit straight with your feet on the floor. Okay, about hip apart. And the same if you're standing, stand in that stance. And it's really about our arms. We're going to hold our arms like this. And I want you to, when you're doing it, you're going to flex your muscles so you can feel your arms. All right, you can feel that you're moving those muscles, and you'll feel all the muscles across your top moving as well. And we're going to get our claws out because it's lion laughter, and we're going to wiggle our hands. And we're also going to use the muscles in our face and our tongue. So if you haven't done this before, what we're going to do is we're going to stick our tongue out and we're going to laugh. And it sounds completely daft, and it is completely daft, but it really works. Okay, so let's go. Arms in position, claws in position. Let's go. And relax. And we're going to do that again. So in position, tongue out, and and relax. So if you're using your arms right, you'll be feeling that tightness in your arms now from using your muscles, a little bit of an ache, that's fine. Just shake your hands out. We're going to do it one more time. Okay, so arms into position, flex those claws, tongue out. And relax and just shake your arms out a little bit and just flex the muscles a little bit because you've tightened them as you've been doing that. And the purpose of that obviously is to get those endorphins in. But while you're in that position and you're actually using your muscles, so that's great, you also can't think of any worries. You can't think of anything else. You've got your tongue out, you're laughing, you're thinking about your muscles. It takes you out of a situation. So it's a really fantastic little exercise to do, as silly as it is. So we're going to move on to the relaxation element now. So I'd like you, if you're standing, just to get a seat, please, and to get a drink of water if you need one. This is going to be a nice, simple relaxation to come back to. We're going to be using the idea of light and body points just to relax you and release tension. All right, so if you want to sit comfortably in your chair, and I invite you to close your eyes. It is better if you close your eyes. It helps with distraction and not getting distracted. If you find that difficult, please find a place on the floor or the wall and concentrate on it, just so that you're not distracted by the noise around you. So with your eyes closed, I want you just for the moment to concentrate on your breathing. There's no numbers, there's no holding your breath. I just want you to get into a lovely rhythm of your own. So you're breathing in and out, and in and out. And you're very aware of the ground beneath your feet, and your feet should be on the floor. And you can feel it under your toes. And you're very aware of the seat beneath you, protecting you, supporting you. And you're breathing in and out. And just letting yourself come into that rhythm of your own. I want you to visualize a beautiful light. We're going to go for a yellow light, a healing light. And it's going to start by wrapping itself around your toes and up round your foot to your ankle. And I want you to imagine that it's warm. And at each point of your body that we go to, as the light wraps itself around you, you let your tension go. So this lovely light moves up around your calf and up towards your knees. The warmth is taking away any aches or pains. It's releasing the tension in your muscles, and you relax. And on up the yellow goes, up around your thighs, to your hips, and around your abdomen, wrapping you in love. taking away your aches, releasing your tension. And as you feel the warmth of the light, you relax. And so it continues around your waist, up your back, and across your chest. This beautiful warm yellow light. Making you feel free and calm. And you relax. Now onwards around your shoulders, taking the tension out of your shoulder blades. It travels down your arms, taking any ache from the last exercises, right down to your wrists and your fingers, down to your fingertips. And you can feel the tingling and warmth of this beautiful yellow light. You release the tension. You breathe in and out and relax. Now back up your arms to your shoulders. The warmth of the light reaches your neck, up around your chin and your jawbone, up to your cheekbones, around your skull. All the time the yellow light wraps you, making you feel safe, and you feel the tension leave as it wraps around your skull right to the top. All the tension leaves you. You're breathing in and out, and you are relaxed. Just for a moment, I want you to breathe. Breathe in calm. Breathe out any last bits of tension. Feel that feeling of relaxation and remember it. Just let your shoulders droop and your muscles relax. And just imagine that beautiful yellow light all around you, making you feel safe and loved and happy. Now, keeping your eyes closed, I want you just to wiggle your toes on the ground again, on your carpet or your floor. Feel the texture underneath. Wiggle your fingers and your arms and roll your shoulders. Just becoming a little bit more aware of the sounds around you in your room. I want you to breathe in and raise your hands to your face like you're smelling a rose. And just hold it. And when you breathe out, open your eyes. And just give yourself a few moments to come back to the room and be more aware of what's around you. Now, I always say, I know these meditations are short, they're only about 10 minutes long, but they still relax you down. So give yourself some time afterwards. Don't go rushing off to drive a car or find petrol. And I wish you well with that task if you've got to do that. I really do. Now, what I want you to do now is just take a few moments. We are going to finish off with a self-hug, and I do have a card. Those of you that have been before know that I have an affirmation card. All right, and I read this out each time I do these sessions. So first of all, we're going to do a self-hug. And you may think, why on earth would we hug ourselves? It's actually as good as hugging another human being, and it helps us release oxytocin, which is the well-being hormone. It makes us feel better. It makes us feel like we belong. So we need to hug ourselves for 20 seconds. So what I want us to do today is self-hug and just gently laugh, because then we're releasing the endorphins as well, and it will leave you with that little bit of feeling of upliftment before we finish. All right, so just give yourself a hug and just have a little giggle. And relax. So this week's affirmation card is: I am grateful for the people and experiences in my life. I welcome each day with joy and appreciate the little things. And one of the things that I do myself, and within the other things that I do, sort of the wellness coaching, is be grateful and put down things of appreciation each day. So something that you could try is just writing 3 things that you appreciate each day. And it makes a difference, because sometimes we forget the little things. And what I found with my disastrous holiday was it was the little things that really mattered. So it is: I am grateful for the people and experiences in my life. I welcome each day with joy and appreciate the little things. And I hope you take that with you into your week. I hope you've enjoyed today. I always come on afterwards and just catch up with any comments, because it's very difficult to do that when you're doing this sort of thing live. And I hope you have a wonderful week. You can find me in that Laughter Locker. Lots of hints and tips there, and here on this channel with the RVS you can find my videos from other sessions, so if you want to look at other ones. I'm back in 2 weeks time, so I'm going to leave you as I started with a namaste and say take care everyone, have a wonderful couple of weeks, and I'll see you in 2 weeks time. Namaste.